All right, so we're diving deep today
Mm-hmm.
into a story that I think a lot of us can relate to, at least when we think back to
Yeah.
being kids,
Yeah.
Benny the Brave Bed. This book is all about, well, fear, right? That
Yeah.
classic childhood fear
Yeah, definitely.
of what's hiding under the bed when the lights go out.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, how we can maybe use our imaginations to kind of
Right.
tackle those fears.
Totally.
So in this story, we've got Max. And Max, well, he's terrified of bedtime.
It's a common one.
Right. I mean,
Mhm.
who hasn't been there?
Yeah. I think almost every kid goes through that phase where the
Right.
thought of monsters under the bed or in the closet just completely
Oh,
freaks him out.
Totally. So Max is convinced there are monsters under his bed. But then
Uh-huh.
instead of a monster, he finds something else.
Yeah. Something a little more friendly.
A little unexpected. His bed, Benny,
All right.
comes to life.
I love how the story takes something that's usually scary, the bed itself, and turns it into this comforting presence.
Yeah.
Benny becomes like what do they call it in the book, a bodyguard?
Yeah. A bodyguard against the nighttime fears.
Exactly. And this is such a clever way to deal with fear. Like, if you think about it from a child development perspective, kids often give voices to their toys or even furniture, right?
Yeah, definitely.
It's how they make sense of the world. So this idea of the bed coming to life, it's not just a fun fantasy element. It's also tapping into something really fundamental about how kids think and feel.
Mm-hmm. Makes you wish your own bed could have done that, right?
Yeah, diggity.
Imagine all the adventures.
Right.
So Benny, being the awesome brave bed that he is,
Mm-hmm.
decides to take Max on a dream adventure,
Mm-hmm.
To help him find his own bravery.
That's a really important point because it's not about Benny just magically making Max brave. It's about giving him the tools and experiences to discover that bravery within himself. And the way they do that through this imaginative journey, it's just brilliant. I mean, think about how powerful play is for kids. It's how they learn, how they process emotions, how they, figure out who they are.
Right.
So this dream adventure, it's not just a fun escape. It's actually helping Max develop some crucial life skills.
Totally, yeah. And the adventure itself is pretty wild. They fly on a marshmallow rocket.
Oh, yeah, I love that part.
Right, talk about creative fuel.
Who needs rocket fuel when you have marshmallows, right?
Exactly.
Mhm.
And of course, they encounter a monster. They got to have a monster.
Wouldn't be much of an adventure without one.
Right. This one's called the Ticklish Terror. He's actually more silly than scary.
Uh-huh, yeah. That's another important aspect, I think. The story doesn't shy away from fear, but it also uses humor to make it less overwhelming. And it shows Max that sometimes the things we're afraid of, they're not actually that scary once we face them.
Exactly, yeah. And by the end of it all, Max realizes, hey, this monster's not so bad after all.
And he realizes that he's braver than he thought.
Totally. And the coolest thing, he's actually excited for bedtime.
Yeah.
Can't wait for more adventures with Benny.
That's the power of positive reinforcement, right? It's not about punishing fear. It's about rewarding courage. And you can apply that to so many things in life.
Right, yeah. So what we're seeing here with Benny the Brave Bed is this really cool idea that we can use imagination to turn fear into,
Absolutely.
well, courage.
Right. And it reminds us that stories can be such powerful tools for helping kids and even adults, face their anxieties. Because whether it's monsters under the bed or something else, we all have our fears.
Right. So I guess what we should all be asking ourselves is, what are our Bennies? What are those things that help us face those, maybe not literal, but those metaphorical monsters in our lives?
That's a great question to think about. And how can we use our own imaginations, just like Max, to turn those moments of fear into opportunities to grow and be brave?
Yeah. Awesome stuff.
For sure.
Okay, well, thanks for diving deep with us.
You got it.
And until next time, keep those imaginations running wild.
And those beds brave.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Okay.
See ya.
See ya.